Hello, my name is Tamara Adams and I'm going to show you today how to make the origami dragon from the Timmy and the Dragon book. It should look like this in the end. First, what you want to do is print out the sheet like this, and now we're going to cut it out. So you want to cut the entire thing out of the paper so that you have just the scales. You can take this paper out of the book, or you could print it off online. And you need an exactly square piece of paper. So what we want to do first is fold this corner over so that these two pieces on the sides are straight together, and fold it down so you get a triangle, and you see that there's extra paper, so we want to cut that extra paper off so that we have an exact square. And now we're going to unfold that, okay? And the next thing you need to know is that when we fold, we always want to try to have the scales on the outside when we start folding, so that you have the scales on the outside of the dragon when you're done. But if you cut it out of the book, you should have scales on both sides, so it shouldn't matter. But online, obviously it's only on one side, so you'll want to make sure the scales are on the outside. Alright, so we're going to do step one, and that is what we're going to do is the fold we just made to make sure it was square. But anyways, that is going to be a valley fold while you're folding the paper into you so that it looks like you have a valley. So that's step one. Step two is just folding down the opposite corners. It's another valley fold. Okay, and then you unfold that. And for step three, we're doing another valley fold, but that's going to be straight across the paper, like that, and unfold that to go to step four, which would be another valley fold, but you're folding it down across the paper. All right, so that's step 1 through 4. So now we have step 5. What you're going to do is rotate it so that you have a diamond, and you're going to do another valley fold on one of the folds you already made, but you're going to be going down corner to corner. So then in step 6, your paper should start looking like this. What you're going to want to do is do a valley fold right here in the middle, and you're going to fold it over like this, so you have another triangle, but sort of off to the side. The next step, step 8, is a little tricky. You're going to need to take this corner, fold it down to this corner while you open these sheets to separate them. But you're only going to do that on the top layer. You're going to leave the bottom layer flat, okay? So take this, fold it down onto the other one, so that your top layer is a diamond, but you still have the triangle on the bottom layer, okay? So now for step 9, you're going to need to flip that over like that and do the same thing on the other side, where you take this corner and fold it down to the other corner and open up the page. So now you just have two diamonds on top of each other like this, sort of how I show you in step 10, okay? And this is actually called a bird base. If you've ever done one, then you know what I'm doing. So now we're going to move on to some of the harder steps. Step 11 is going to be, you're going to fold these bottom corners up into another valley fold. So what you're going to do is take this corner, fold it up to the line that you have folded in the middle. It's hard to see on the sheet, but there should be a line here to give you like an idea of where to fold it to. You're also going to fold up the other side, so you're going to need to fold both bottom corners up in a valley fold like that. So you have these two flaps, okay? Then you're going to unfold them because you just want the lines, and then fold this top down just to where the top meets these two lines that you just folded. Okay? And then fold it back up. So what you're going to have is a line here and then two lines here that are going to guide you in your next step, which will be steps 15 to 16. So what we're going to do on the top layer is take this bottom point and fold it up like that. But at the same time, you're going to have to fold in these two corners along those lines. You're going to have to do that on both sides. Okay. This one's a little difficult for me, but you'll get it. I'll get it. Paper just doesn't want to fold. Alright, there we go. Gotta fold it along those lines that you just made. Alright. Okay. So we got through that. Try to get the paper as close to each other as you can on each side so you don't have a gap. Okay? And you're gonna, this is step 16, what it should look like. Okay? You're gonna have like a tall diamond shape on one side, and then if you flip it over, you're gonna have this square. So we need to do the same thing we just did on the other side to this side. You're gonna fold up the bottom corners to the line, and then you'll have these. Fold it up, and then fold them back down. And again, you're going to have to take this top here and fold it down so that you have a fold. This will guide you so it folds the rest of it easier. And you're going to want to take this bottom corner and bring it up, but then at the same time, fold these two corners in. This side's a little happier to fold up than the other side was. Alright, ripped a little bit. Okay, so there. Now, it should look like this in step 21. You should have the two diamonds on top of each other. So now what you need to do is fold down one layer, top layer, back down like that. So you have this little flap here. And then you need to flip it back over for 25. And then you have these little like legs down here. So what you're going to need to do is you can fold this leg up so you kind of see it. And what you're going to have to do is kind of separate it here and then take those apart and fold that down. So you kind of have another, I don't know, looks like a starfish leg to me off to the side, okay? And that's step 26. So for 27, you also need to do that to the other side. You're going to want to fold that leg up, but then at the same time you have to separate out the two pieces and then just push it down. So you have like a four-legged starfish or a star, right? So that's what you should look like in 27. Okay, so for 28, what we got to do is flip it over. So you have this like flap here, and we are going to fold these bottom corners down and up, kind of like we did in step 18. So you need to fold these bottom corners up, but you see you have like this paper up here from your other folds, and it's hard to know what to do with that, but what you're going to do is separate the paper, fold there, and then just fold it down So you have like half of it going to one side and half going to other. So you're going to do that over here also. You're going to take this, fold it up, but at the same time push this paper down and like fold it down. Alright, so this is what it should look like in step 29. You have all these little triangles in the middle here. Alright, and now what you're going to want to do is make this mountain fold, where you're going to fold this down and kind of so you have a mountain on the top. And all of these little triangle folds are going to be on the underneath part of the dragon. Okay? So you're going to fold it in half, in on itself, in all the folds that you just made. Okay? So this is what it should look like in step 30. This should be the area where you're going to do the head, and the smaller little triangle should be where you're going to do the tail. So first, for the neck, what you want to do is kind of separate out the layers and then fold it up. What you can also do is do a little fold right here that kind of lines up with the wing here, and then fold it back down, and then fold it up like that. So you're kind of like folding it back, opening up the paper, folding it back like that. Okay, so that's step 31. Then you want to take this, again you can also just fold down, make a fold if you want, and then fold it back up, then fold it down on itself. So like open up the paper again and fold it down. Okay, so that this is what it looks like in step 32. We have like a head here. Okay, so now we'll work on 33, which is a tail. So what you're gonna do, and this one folds a little easier, it wants to fold. So you're gonna push the paper in on itself at the bottom so that you create a fold. So this paper's in on itself, pointed down, and then the tail wants to come up just a little bit. You fold it in on itself again, like that. And for me, origami doesn't have to be perfect. The folds don't have to be perfect. It's just for the fun of it. But obviously, the more you do it, the better it'll be. So here's your dragon in the end with the head and the tail and the wings. And then in step 35, these little folds down here underneath are what I call the little feet. And you can like pinch them together or fold them to kind of make them look more like little feet. Okay, and you can push up the wings a little bit to make them pop a little more, like that. You can fold the tip up just a little bit if you want to make a horn. There are many things you can do to kind of make your dragon your own and have fun with it. Alright, so that's the dragon. And so there you go. Thanks for watching, and I hope your dragon turns out great. If you have problems, send me an email at tammy@tamaraadamsauthor.com, or comment on the video, and hopefully I can help you out or make some changes to the video if it's too difficult. Okay, have a great day. Bye.